Hi, Mitzi here from Be Safe, Be Mindful. This is a video on mask alerts, everything you need to know, and what's going on out there that isn't correct, so that you can be safe and protect yourself and your family. So here we go. So I just got this mask from the drugstore, and the label has nothing on it to say what type of mask it is. And they're actually these type that look like this. There's 3 different types. The highest being level 3, which is rated closely to an N95. In fact, the rating is almost identical. The only difference is it doesn't fit as tight against the face. So I found a way to get your level 3 98% filtration to fit like a N95, and here it is. Now this little cheap mask is only, I think, a level 1. And so I'm gonna put it on so you can kind of tell, but it doesn't have a wire. It's like some type of fiberglass, so it doesn't fit tight. So that's the first thing. So I'm gonna put it on, so take a look. So there's actually a lot of space here, under here. It's not tight, and it's not tight here because it's not metal. Okay, so let's just say this is a quality mask, level 3. So all you have to do, guys, is to get these straps to get much tighter on the back of your head, like this. Pull them tight, and just use one of those claw clips, hair clip. And if this was metal, it would be tight here, but look, it is completely touching my face and sealed perfectly. And that is exactly what you need, okay? So let's talk about the mask itself. The reason N95 or a level 3 mask is so important to prevent the coronavirus is the outside is made up of synthetic fabric, okay? Synthetic, not cloth, which does not filter. In fact, a study showed that cloth masks fail to filter 97% of the time. And I'm actually surprised the CDC wants everyone to wear cloth masks. Okay, so the inside layer has layers. Now this one only has a couple layers. So the inside layers, there's typically 2 layers if you cut a mask apart. And it's a hydrostatic, the inside layer is hydrostatic filter, which is typically an antibacterial, because what it does is it attracts all those viruses and particles and allergens, and it traps them in the mesh fibers of the mask. And so that is wonderful. Now a cloth mask doesn't have that, right? And typically it'll have a couple layers of that, or it'll have another layer of polypropylene fluid resistant on the outside. Okay, so all those materials are available. You guys can make them, and my video actually goes over it. Now, what's this outer layer made out of? It's actually fluid resistant, and it's made out of polypropylene, which actually you guys have at home. You can find it. Yeah, so let's get back to these cloth masks. The reason the cloth mask failed is because it creates too much moisture. When you're exhaling, when you're breathing, when you're talking in your mask, the moisture from your air actually penetrates the mask, and if it's a cloth fiber, it can actually allow the bacteria and viruses on the outside in the environment to actually penetrate inside the mask. So you can actually be exposing yourself to unnecessarily contaminants. So that is why it's so important to use the right materials. Okay, now let's also talk about, so we talked about the fit, the materials, And so there's another thing that's missing that no one is talking about, and it is very critical because this virus is 3 times more virulent than an influenza normal flu virus. And the reason is it's not just in droplet forms, okay, that originally they said do 6-foot distancing. It's actually in an aerosol form, which can be very dangerous because aerosols are minute particles in the micron size, and they're invisible, and they can stay floating in the air, not like droplets that drop, for up to 3 hours. Now, they tested those viral particles in the air, and guess what they found? You know, because at first they thought, well, does that mean you pass through an area of an asymptomatic carrier that may not even know they have the virus? And they are virulent. They tested those viral particles and they figured out that yes, they can infect other people. So definitely that's the CDC just ruled today in an article that you should be distancing 13 feet now. 13 feet. So guys, just assume everyone is infected until we all get tested. Assume everyone is an asymptomatic carrier. Okay, that's what we do in dentistry. We can't rely on health histories. Most people don't even know they may have hepatitis, or they may have tuberculosis, or they could have HIV. We've been working under universal precautions for 25 years. And until we're tested, everyone should be doing the same. So please go to the website, Be Safe, Be Mindful. There's a ton of material on COVID-19 offices, medical offices that have cured the disease in early intervention and in the late stages. And it's awesome, and we can stop this crisis, you know. So please share the video and start making your safer masks, okay? And be safe, be mindful.